Hey there, thank you for joining me today for my leisurely drive through the park. I've gotten here safely and accurately because I'm using this smart screen that is attached to my window. So, this is going to allow me to keep my eyes on the road and not be looking around, especially at my phone while I'm driving. So, my notifications are going to come up here, my calls are going to appear on this screen. I don't even have to touch my phone. It's fantastic. So, if you've ever thought about getting one of these, and maybe you are because you're watching this video, this is going to be an opportunity for you to see what one of these things is like. So, this brings Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to a vehicle that doesn't have either one. So, it's an upgrade to your car radio. In fact, today's setup is only going to be FM transmitted. Let's get started with our amazing video about this product. And here is where your adventure in Apple CarPlay or Android Auto will begin, right within this box. And you'll be happy to know that this unit is super easy to install and easy to use, in fact. Most of what happens after it installs is automatic. So first, let's go ahead and go through what comes in the box, and then we will take a look at how to mount it, install it within your vehicle. All right, let's see what surprises await us here. So opening this, and I'm opening it with you for the first time. This is my first time and your first time. We're unboxing together. So what do we have here? We have small bracket mounting recommended or glass suction cup mounting. All right. Let's see what this looks like. All right, so yeah, there's your standard mount to mount it to your windshield, which is the way I would recommend it. Looks like we have a backup camera included in the package. Now, I won't be connecting this backup camera, but just letting you know that it is here and ready to use should you decide to use it. Then we have, looks like we have an aux cable in here. So yeah, it's like a little coily one, in fact. And so we've got USB on one end and we've got 3.5mm on the other. So that'll be an interesting way of connecting it, a little different from what I'm used to. And let's see, what else is in here? Oh, wow, look at that. It kind of has an Apple feel to it even, this box. So let's get this box opened and see what's inside. Okay, I've already taken the honor of removing the plastic film on the outside. Let's go ahead and pull this cover off. I would assume the value of the product goes down instantly when you remove that plastic covering. There's a little tab right here, and this appears to be our CarPod Go screen, smart screen, that you'll be installing in your vehicle should you decide to buy one of these. And let's take a look at it here. So we've got our mount here on the back with this area here where the ball is going to go to hold it together. And what does this say on here? It says, please peel off this mask after application completed. Okay, so we want to keep the unit protected until we get it completely installed. Let's take a look at what else we've got here. We've got the power cable. There it is. The power cable plugs into your lighter socket. It also gives you an on-off switch, which is nice, super nice, and a USB charging port as well. So you don't have to give up your charging port if you happen to have it in your lighter currently. Let's see here. This is a mount, a different kind of mount. So I guess you could mount this to your dash, perhaps, if there is a space for it. Now we're going to be installing this in a Jeep, so there's really no place on the dash to install something like this, but this appears to be another one. And the little ball joint thing there. And let's see, what is this here? These are some two-sided tape strips. And then we have one of these, and I believe this is the dash mount. So if you decide to put this on your dash, if your dash happens to be slick, most are not. Most of them have a texture to them, and probably you don't want to go this route. But in case you can, or you happen to be installing this in an RV or something that has a lot of space available, you can go ahead and use this part here. And then we have a USB-C to regular USB adapter, and it says OTG. We have some ports here on the side. We have our USB-C. Looks like there's two USB-C ports, one on each end. We have an audio and AV in, as well as a mic connector there. Now this one says USB, and this one just has a little star thing here, or lightning bolt. So that's probably where we're going to plug our power cable, is into that part right there. And for the sake of showing you the actual looks of the unit without this covering on it here, I've taken the liberty of removing it so that we can take a look at the whole unit here. It looks very sturdy. Hi, everybody. Looks nice and sturdy. It looks like it's going to last a while. Okay, so we will find out, right? And just so you know, this unit has been quality control passed by check number 12. And then we have a manual here that will explain some of the things that we don't go over in our installation process today in this video. So keep that in mind. You've got a booklet here with color pictures in it to show you how to do this in your different scenarios for use. Okay. So before we take the unit outside and install it into a vehicle, I wanted to show you some of the features and go over some of the functions that will be on the display. Let me go ahead and power up the unit. I want you to see just how fast this goes. And as you can see, I've already customized it with the Jeep logo. So a couple of things to remember about this machine, about this unit, is it has a fully laminated display. It offers 60 frames per second wireless CarPlay, display-only Bluetooth mode, magnetic design, and an ultra-thin body design. And as far as the menu goes, I mean, the screen looks magnificent, and it's highly reflective, as you can see. So best to go over this part before we get outside. So going across the bottom here are all your functions. It's very, very simple to operate. In fact, it's simpler than the last two of these that I've reviewed. For example, your CarPlay is right here. Your Android Auto is right there. Your Bluetooth settings are here. Now, in this particular menu, it has an audio output. So I'm going to put this in my son's car, which is a Jeep, and he does not have an aux input on his radio because somebody broke something in the slot for it. I don't know what happened. The other option you have is speaker, so you can actually just use the speakers that are in this display. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but it's there as an option. Yeah, maybe your car stereo doesn't even work. In that case, this is your car stereo. So anyway, so we've got the separate volume controls there for media, navigation, and phone. That's pretty cool. So you get your own sound mixer. We have a display settings here, so we can do night shift if we would like. Let's do the brightness here, which we have two different controls for day or night. And you have a light sensor here. Wallpaper, so it includes 3 different kinds of wallpaper there. I've selected one of the 3. Here's where you can find the logo for your vehicle and set it so that when it comes on, it shows the name of your car. CarPlay settings, so I like to use the right drive, which puts the little column over here on the right instead of on the left. Just seems to be easier to see. Mode, 60 frames per second, 10-second timeout, return to CarPlay. Those are all 3 on. About shows you system update and the ability to do a factory reset on the unit. And the first one is just your simple stuff. So it's language, it is date and time. Now, the cool thing is, even though I have this plugged in the house with an adapter, I set the clock on it last night. It remembered the time. And one of these units that I reviewed before, it doesn't have any clock display on it of any value until your phone is synced with it. So you can even use it as a digital clock when the unit is not connected to a phone. So I'm not real thrilled about that feature. This one handles that. You at least get a clock if nothing's connected to it. Image setting, static track line is on. I don't know what that means. I think that has to do with backup, perhaps, using the backup camera. That could be a thing. And that's pretty much it for this display. We were just in here in the settings. So this is your settings. This is, I guess, a help section. And we have FM here, which takes you right to the audio output if you need to change the station that you're broadcasting in your car. And again, you're going to pair your phone to this, and this is going to send the signal to your car. So you don't have to have an FM transmitter, for example. This acts as the FM transmitter. The first step to installing this in your vehicle is to attach this arm here. So at the end of the arm is a ball, and that ball is going to fit into a socket on the back of the smart display. As you're putting it on there, you'll want to make sure this ring is already attached and following you along with the process. That way you can tighten this and your arm will hold securely to the smart screen. The next thing you'll need to do is plug your USB-C cable into the side on the one that has the little lightning bolt symbol, and then plug the other end, the 12-volt side, into the 12-volt socket in your vehicle. That will give the smart screen some power. And once again, you have a charging port here if you need it for your phone, and you also have an on-off switch. So if your vehicle doesn't turn off the lighter socket like mine does, when I turn off my car, the lighter socket is still live. In this car, it's off. So that's helpful. But if your car doesn't turn off the lighter socket, you can turn the smart screen on and off with this particular switch right here. Remove the sticky film that is on the back of this suction cup here, and notice that there's a lever right here. So once you get this stuck to your window, you're going to need to pull this up and kind of tighten it into place, okay? So stick it on the window, tighten this, and you'll be good to go. Once you get the unit mounted to your windshield, you'll see here I've got it on the windshield right there, and I've got it tightened up, and I've adjusted my arm here because there's a little control right there. But you'll be happy to know that this is just magnetically stuck to that arm. Let me show you. I can grab this and I can pull it off, and I can take it with me inside. Let's say you live in a high theft neighborhood and you think somebody's going to steal this thing. Just take it in with you. And then when you get back in the car, stick it back onto the arm, and you're off and running. Now we need to look at the phone and get paired to it so that we can begin using the Android Auto features. Another minor note before we get into the phone is keep this unit sitting on your dash. Don't let it hang in midair. That is a manufacturer recommendation. On your device, press the Android Auto icon right here. It's going to tell you on the screen what the name is that you're going to attach to. So on your phone, into your Bluetooth settings, you will tap on Bluetooth, and then you're going to go in and look for what is displayed there on the screen. So it should be listed in this list right here. If you don't see it, then turn off Bluetooth and turn it back on, and then it should appear on the screen. So in fact, I can do that right here. All right, and in my case, I'm looking for PND 5920. PND 5920, and there it is, all the way at the bottom. So I'm going to tap that. Go ahead. And it will ask you if you want to pair it. Just go ahead and pair it. And then it says connect to device. Android Auto will use a temporary Wi-Fi network to connect to the device. Now you'll see listed here, connected for calls and audio. Pretty cool. So once you see the Android map appear upon your device, you are ready to go and you are synced. Now we need to set up the audio. So I'm going to go up here and hit this little arrow on the top left. I'm going to go into my FM settings and double check that I've set it at 89.7. Then I'm going to go to my car radio and I'm going to do the little tune thing. And I'm going to make sure that it is set at 89.7. Now I'll play something from one of my favorite YouTubers. His name is Databits. And I'm going to play you a little audio sample so that you can hear the high fidelity audio that you're going to get from your CarPod Go.
This program is brought to you by the following Patreon contributors. Become a contributor at patreon.com/Databits. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
And so that will be the end of our video today. I hope you all enjoyed it and enjoyed learning about a new device that is available for purchase. If you would like to purchase one of these units, there is a special link located in the description of this video. And if you purchase one of these wonderful things, I will get a commission off of it, but you won't pay $1 more. Thanks for joining me today. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on X, be a Patreon contributor if you'd like. Check out all my videos. I got lots of them, and I appreciate you watching today. Thank you for your support. Have a great day.